What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my final thoughts live stream for UFC 265. We have Cyril Gane going against Derek Lewis. And if those face-offs did not pump you up, if Derek Lewis did not pump you up, I don't know what will. I mean, that was intense. You know, Derek Lewis got right in Cyril Gane's face. I feel like this is going to be an absolute banger. We got fans. We're in Derek Lewis's hometown. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great fight. I think this card is phenomenal from a betting perspective. I do have a ton of bets, and can't wait to share those all with you. And as always, thanks for hanging out. If you guys can hit the like, that'd be much, much appreciated as always. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on all the other content. I will be going live once more tomorrow, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. The prelims do start at 6 o'clock. Hoping we don't lose any fights. It seems like the past couple of weeks we have, but so far so good. Knock on wood. Hopefully we keep all 13 fights. And again, I'm really looking forward to the card, and I'm really looking forward to making some money as well. I will hit up the chat real quick. We have the Gaming Wolf saying this is going to be a quite difficult card. I want to wish everyone good luck with it. Yeah, I think from like a picking standpoint, like prediction standpoint, I think it's pretty tough. We have 5 or 6 fights that are from pick 'em. So I think from that standpoint, yes, it's a little bit difficult, but I think there's a ton of great spots in terms of the props. I do have a lot of props for sure. We have Kyle. Hope you're well, Brady. Best of luck this week. Had to go Derek by KO. No shame in that. If you think Derek Lewis wins, definitely take him by KO. He's obviously not going to win by submission or a decision. We have Luis. What is up, Luis? Johnny Munoz and Cyril Gane are locks. Yeah, my most confident pick will be Johnny Munoz. We'll talk about why. I think Cyril Gane wins as well. So, I do like those. We have Milk Me in the chat. What is up, Milk Me? How you doing? Nigel Lee in the chat. Oh, boy, did my bets get shifted. The weigh-ins were great, and the new bets are in. Can't wait to discuss. I'm interested to see what you saw at the weigh-ins, Nigel. I saw a couple things that did stick out. We'll talk about those. We got Rex Lee. Let's start the month off right. I agree. Did have a profitable July, a pretty good July overall. Really no complaints outside of last week's card and Kyler Phillips. But other than that, it was a pretty good July, and it's been a pretty good summer as well. So hopefully kicking off August with a bang. Nigel Lee says his biggest bet tomorrow, Johnny Munoz, Johns, minus 104. 10 units. Goodness. Yeah, good luck to you. I'm very confident in Munoz. Miles Johns, I do like him as well. Maybe not 10-unit confident, but I think you do hit that. We got Tony in the chat. We got Thomas in the chat. Munoz, I agree. We got Dustin. What's up, Dustin? At work, but all ears. Good luck, Brady, Bunch, and you to the brain. If I win Draftkings contest, I need a DFS by the numbers hoodie. There you go. Hopefully you do, Dustin. Good luck to you. And, yeah, hopefully you do well. Auto's having trouble with cash. Yeah, my cash lineup's looking pretty decent. I think it's a pretty straightforward in cash. We've got Vince in the chat as well. Bill, what's up, Bill? Got Dave in the chat. Sub Brady, a.k.a. Man with the Plan. Yes, sir, we do have some plans. We got Sean in the chat. What is up, Sean? How are you doing? Hopefully you are well. Adam in the chat as well. Conor McGregor will win, not fighting. Conor McGregor for life. There you go. Lewis trying to pump us. Yeah, that was intense, man. That was intense. PayPal in the chat as well. Brady is daddy. I appreciate that. Did anyone miss weight? Yes, one person did. Manel Kopp. Song Yadong in the near co-main event. Close fight. Very close. One of those fights that are very close. Get that bread. I agree. What is up, Zayed? What's up, Brady? Wish you very good luck on Saturday. You as well. Derek looking nervous. I don't know about nervous. I don't think he looked nervous. I thought he looked pumped up. Got Jay in the chat as well. Preston. What's up, Preston? Our social guy's going to be at the fights. There you go. There you go. I will be at the fights for UFC 266. Great card in 266. Cannot wait for that. Cop miss. Yes, sir. I kind of agree with PayPal here. You not look nervous, but a good chance he gets finished. Lewis by I don't know about that unless Gone taps the strikes or something. We got Uncle Wheezy in the chat. What is up, Wheezy? How you doing? Best of luck to you. Speaking of Uncle Wheezy, we have a week off next week. But as you know, me and Wheezy do not take weeks off. We'll be going live Sunday for Stat Diggers covering the card in 2 weeks. So we're going to get an extra early look. That video will be up for 2 weeks. Hopefully they get the props out and going to be some very early content. So that's how prepared me and Weezer are going to be. That should be fun. Okay, guys. Appreciate you all hanging out once again. Do I think Kape missed weight on purpose? I don't. But I don't think he looked horrible on the scales, to be honest. So do want to shout out the sponsor, as always, Pub Sports Radio. Shout out to them. They will be going live tomorrow for the fight, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Go check them out. Great guys over there. Live commentary, live betting. Very, very sharp guys over there. It's always a great time. Of course, me and Uncle Weezy go live on Pub Sports every Sunday, 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be going live this Sunday And then we have a new DraftKings DFS show that's going to be every Tuesday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, with me, Uncle Weezy, Z's from Z's MMA, and Luke from Sparring with Reality, a phenomenal panel. It seemed like a lot of people did like that show, and I liked it as well. So with all that out of the way, guys, I say we break down some fights here, starting with Johnny Munoz going against Jamie Simmons. And I am very invested in this first fight of the night. And you don't see this too often, but I have 3 bets. I have 3 bets on this first fight. So I got in early on Johnny Munoz. I got him at minus 225. I put 2.5 units on him. He will be my biggest bet of the night. I also bet him inside the distance. I have half a unit inside the distance at plus 120 on Johnny Munoz. And then I also bet the fight doesn't go to decision at minus 128, and I have 1.25 units on that. So all in all, I have 4.25 units invested in the first fight of the night. I like Johnny Munoz here. I mean, outside of a Jamie Simmons, flukish first round knockout, I think is a very good fight for Johnny Munoz Jr. He's somebody that, he's very good. He fights to his strengths. He goes in there. He shot 14 takedowns in his UFC debut. I love that. I want him to do that here. I want him to get it down to the mat. He's a legit BJJ black belt, tons of submissions on his record. I watched tape on this guy, and my jaw dropped just seeing some of the transitions, from an armbar to a triangle to a sub in a matter of a couple seconds. I mean, this guy's legit on the mat. And then you have Jamie Simmons. Like, what does Jamie Simmons want to do? He wants to get the fight down to the mat. He's a wrestler. He's wild. He's a killer be killed fighter. Been finishing all 3 of his losses, 2 by knockout, 1 by sub. I don't think his chin's all that great. He is a solid grappler, I guess. More so, a solid wrestler. He's a blue belt in BJJ. I think there's a great chance that if this fight hits the mat, whether it is Simmons taking down Munoz, whether it's Munoz taking down Simmons, I can definitely see a sub or maybe a ground and pound victory. You could take the sub, which is plus 200, but I did opt for the inside the distance just to be a little bit safer. I think a ground and pound victory is definitely possible as well. But, even then, like both guys, high finish rates, Munoz sitting around 80%, Simmons sitting around 80% as well. Simmons goes for it. Simmons goes for the finish. He goes for the kill. But I just think once this fight hits the mat, like it's going to be Munoz all day, in my opinion. Even like the striking, like I don't think Simmons is a great striker. I honestly favor the striking of Munoz, to be honest. Like, again, outside of like a Jamie Simmons first round finish, I think is a great fight for Munoz. So Munoz is a pick I'm pretty confident in. I do expect him to hit there. Simmons, as far as on DK 7,100, I have a little bit of Simmons just because if he does win, it is probably in the first round. It is probably a finish. If Munoz does win, it's probably a bunch of takedowns, some control time, and there's a very good chance that he has a finish as well. So a lot of my night does depend on the first fight of the night here. I have Munoz straight. I have Munoz inside the distance, and I do have the fight doesn't go to decision. So best case scenario is Munoz gets a finish here. Worst case scenario is Simmons gets a finish, but I do think Munoz has a very good chance to get it done. So yeah, 3 bets to start off the night. So I'll know very soon how the night will be going. So what do you guys have in this fight? Don't see many people on Simmons. I don't blame you. I'm pretty high on Munoz myself. We got Vince. So let's go. Brady Mom hit the like. 130 here, 35 likes. Yes, sir. Let's get those likes up, guys. Really do appreciate the likes. One small like really does go a long, long way. Phoenix loves the doesn't go here. Both guys have a high finish rate, and Simmons has been finishing all his losses. Munoz should get this done via sub or ground and pound, but cover Simmons a bomb or something. Yeah, 100% agree with you. I think the best bet is probably that fight doesn't go to decision, but I did lay the chalk on Johnny Munoz Jr. at minus 225. I do see is at minus 300 now. I could even see it being a little bit wider, to be honest. Nigel Lee talking to Dan there. Munoz is a very least comparable striking as well. I hear that Gods of Violence calling me. I think it's a great violent spot. And so was last week. Last week I did start off the card nicely. I know it was a bad card, but start off nicely with Phil Rowe. Was very tempted in that violent spot on Rowe or Rowe Kosuke as well. Didn't pull the trigger, but I think it's another violent spot that I did pull the trigger on here. Got the general in the chat taking notes. What's up, General? I can't bring that comment up. Migzile, hopefully I didn't pronounce that right, but hopefully I did, or I was close at least. I wish I had your balls, bro. I'm not invested too heavy this week, but that could change. Yeah, I'm pretty heavily invested. I have 2 really big plays on this card, Munoz being one of them, and then I have a lot of plus money plays. I think I have like 10 plus money plays. Is Munoz a good parlay piece? I'd say, yeah. I have Munoz inside the distance. Very good line there. I agree. I think if he does win, it's probably inside the distance. Dev agreeing Munoz all day. Munoz for sure. One of my only confident bets. Yeah, I believe I have 2 straight bets on this card, and he is one of them. Smash that like. I appreciate it. Dev, thanks for hanging out. Do you expect the over under? I do expect the under here. Jamie Simmons is a kill or be killed fighter that will go after it, whether he gets to finish early or Munoz gets to finish early or late as well. Munoz no distance. Yes, sir. I like it. All right. How exposed on DK for me? I have 60%. He will be my highest exposed fighter. So in terms of betting, I'm very invested in Munoz. In terms of DK, I'm very invested in Munoz. I got the trolls out tonight. That's fine. Got the trolls out. There we go. All good. Maddie has, I have 1.4 units. Fight is a good decision. 1 unit Munoz inside the distance, and Munoz partly with Gone in Kape for 1 unit. There you go. I don't hate it. Okay. So we will get to the next fight here. Oh my goodness. Melissa Gatto going against Victoria Leonardo. If you have a bet on this fight, I don't know what to, I mean, it's hard to be confident one way or another. We haven't seen Gatto fight in 3 years, right? And Leonardo is not that impressive. I'm personally picking Leonardo because she's been more active. Uncle Weezy brought this up that she's fought 11 times since Gatto has fought last, and I do think she's going to be able to win minutes of this fight. I think she has better striking. I think she can get takedowns at will here. It's just this has armbar from guard written all over it. I mean, Gatto, when she wins, it's pretty much by submission. She can be taken down at will. She is dangerous off her back. I'll give her that, but I think she's sub or bust. So I definitely get the angle where people are taking the dog shot on Leonardo, but that was 3 years ago. We could see improvements from Gatto. I do expect to see improvements from Gatto. So I'll go with Leonardo as a pick with like not much confidence at all. If I was honestly to bet this fight, which I would never bet this fight, but if I was to, it would probably be Gatto by submission, which is plus 200. I think on FanDuel is like plus 240. If I was forced to make a bet, but luckily I'm not being forced, and luckily I'm going to be passing on this fight as a whole. But from a DK standpoint, like I have some serious interest. Like this is a pick 'em fight, right? And Leonardo is 7,400, tons of line value there. And if she does win, I do think it's going to be takedowns, control time, strikes. Don't necessarily think she finishes, but she could. At 7,400, I definitely have interest there. And on the flip side, I did put Melissa Gatto as my dart throw of the week. She is 8,800. Nobody's going to have her. She's a pick 'em price at a high price on DraftKings. And if she does win, it's really good chance it's by submission. So Gatto is kind of my dart throw. I will have, a little bit. I think I'm at like 30% Gatto. I do think I'll be like double the field on that, if not more than double the field on that, just because if she does win, nobody's going to have her and it will be by submission. But you really can't be confident one way or another. This is a very, very hard fight to call because, again, we have not seen Gatto in 3 years. I don't think Victoria Leonardo is that great, and Gatto very well could have leveled up. So the pick will be Leonardo, though. But, man, a fight, probably, especially from a betting perspective, I would tell you to have some caution there for sure. Gatto's going to be much improved, I think. Yeah, I think so as well. It's just we don't know. We just don't know. Gatto by Smesh. If you Smesh as in sub from her back, then, yeah, I could see it. But other than that, that's about all she has. Gatto a beast. I don't know about that. Maybe she is. If you've been training with her as of late, maybe you've seen her. Maybe she's a beast, but I don't know. From what I've seen, she's not at all. Guilty as charged. We got Vince in the chat. We got Andy Randy. Hey man, long time no see. Gotta love them face-offs with that intense background sound. Yeah, 100%. Good to be back on your stream again. Hope Gone shuts off Black Beast, and I bet he very well can. I think he will as well, Andy. Thanks for hanging out. Gatto finishes came by beating 2 0-0 fighters. Yeah, some very questionable competition in fights that I watched from her. Not much confidence in that fight. All right, so we will move on to a fight that. So I bet Miles Johns at minus 170 last time they fought, but now we see him at minus 200. I did decide to pass, but if you guys remember, I also did bet the not the fight isn't a good decision, but the under 2.5 last time they fought as well. And I didn't go back to Miles Johns. Pretty disappointed that I did lose my minus 170, but I did go back to that under 2.5 round. So I did put half a unit on the under 2.5, and it's more so of the fighting style of Anderson dos Santos. He's one of those killer be killed fighters. Terrible striking defense, terrible striking, very, very good BJJ. But if he does win, it's inside the distance. I don't really see dos Santos winning by decision, and dos Santos is dangerous. I mean, he's a lot of things. but he's dangerous. He's very, very dangerous. Miles Johns has been finished and has only lost by knockout. If this does hit the mat in any way, shape, or form, I think Dos Santos is very live for a submission. And I think Miles Johns is live for a knockout as well. Miles Johns hits very, very hard. Anderson Dos Santos blocks punches with his face. So I think there's a very good chance that either A, Miles Johns gets a knockout, or B, if this fight does hit the mat, Dos Santos can get a sub, or even like Dos Santos, maybe a club and sub situation as well. So instead of betting aside, especially Miles Johns minus 200, I do think he wins, but I just took a half unit shot on the under, hoping for some violence here. It is the Anderson Dos Santos fight. He has been finished in 5 out of his 8 losses. And he has I forget the exact number, but like an 80% finish rate, something like that. And Miles Johns has been finished in his only loss. So taking a violent shot, I do think there's value on that line. As far as a pick, I'll go Johns. But I'm kind of rooting for violence here. As far as on DK, I really don't like the price tag of Miles Johns, kind of a low volume guy. I think if he does find the optimal lineup, it's going to have to be like a first round knockout. As far as Dos Santos, that's where I do have more interest, because if he wins any round, I do think it could possibly find the optimal lineup. And like I said, he's very dangerous on the mat, even on the feet as well. So yeah, if anything on DK, I'm kind of looking at the Anderson Dos Santos side as a dog down there for some value. But yeah, I did play the under 2.5. Bankroll, I wouldn't put your bankroll in that fight. This fight goes the distance at plus money. All Leonardo has to do is not play in the guard. Oh, you're talking about the Gatto Leonardo fight? I wouldn't do it, Dan. I mean, it's going to be a sweat. It's going to be a serious sweat, but I don't know. Leonardo by decision. That's kind of how I'm thinking. Give that like a touch-up. That's right. Touch up those legs. Appreciate that. He really does, man. Terrible striking defense. Terrible striking accuracy. I think his striking accuracy is like 29%, something like that. So Johns isn't tapping Dos Santos, but he can knock him out. But I'm kind of looking more at the under. Yeah, very disappointed I lost at minus 170, but maybe I won't be disappointed if Dos Santos does submit him here. What's up, Ahmed? How you doing? Best of luck tomorrow. All right, so we get to the next fight here, and I do have 2 bets on this fight. Kape going against Osborne, and originally I thought Osborne was going to be dog of the week. It seemed like initially like everybody was on this guy. I saw everybody betting him, talking him up. But throughout the week, that seemed to just completely disappear. It's now people that are on Kape. So I kind of sat back. I did expect the line to close up quite a bit, and it looked like it was trending that way. But as of late, the line went back to minus 200 Kape. So at that point, I'm going to pass, but I did play it in a different way. So my favorite bet on this fight is going to be the fight doesn't go to decision or the under. I do have 1 unit on the fight doesn't go to decision at plus 115. And I love that. I mean, we can take a look at their finish rates, which are both very crazy. Kape, a 93% finish rate. I believe he finished like 14 out of his 15 wins. His last 10 wins have all came by finish as well. And Osborne, an 88% finish rate. I believe he's won by decision once. And Osborne has not seen the second round in a good 8 or 9 fights. It's been a long time since Osborne has seen that second round. And I do think there is some recency bias on that line originally. It looks like it's now minus 130, fight doesn't go to decision, which makes sense because, Kape has been to decision his last 2 fights, but he's been to decision against, Alexander Pantoja. He's been to decision against Mateus Nicolau. Osborne, both of his wins and losses in the UFC have came in that first round, got submitted by Brian Kelleher, and then, of course, knocked out Jerome Rivera. So, yeah, my favorite play on this fight is going to be that fight doesn't go to decision or that under. I see this being an absolute war. I see this finishing. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if this didn't even see the second round because Osborne has not seen the second round in a long, long time. I think it's like 5 or 6 years since this guy's been to the second round. So that's my favorite play. But I also did do a half a unit on Kape to win inside the distance, plus 190. I think if he does win, it is inside the distance. Pretty much all of his wins besides one are inside the distance. And again, I'm kind of, what happens if this fight does go to the second round? How is Osborne going to look in that second round? And the second round is kind of where Kape does turn it up. He has multiple second round finishes, some late finishes as well. So yeah, I like Kape in this fight. He's fought the much better competition by a significant margin, to say the least. I mean, Osborne's coming up from fighting Jerome Rivera to Kape, who Kape's been fighting Pantoja, Nicolau, 2 very, very good fighters. And even on, in Ryzen, he's fought a ton of great fighters as well. So, yeah, I like Kape here as far as a win. From a DK standpoint, I like both sides here. I mean, take a look at, Osborne, 7,200 like that. If he wins, it's probably in the first round, right? So I do like Osborne as kind of like a pump play. And then Kape, I do think he's going to be very low on. Everybody's going to see that he dropped the ball against a, Pantoja. He dropped the ball against Nicolau. I don't think many people are going to play Kape this week, so I do like Kape at 9K. I think he's going to be very low owned, and I think if he does win, it is inside the distance. So another fight where I do have multiple bets, and there's a couple fights where I do have multiple bets, and this is one of them here. So I do have the fight doesn't go to decision, and Manel Kape also to win inside the distance. Oh, and yeah, Kape did miss weight. Dev brought it up. He missed weight by 3 pounds. He looked fine to me. It looked like he didn't completely kill himself to make weight. He looked kind of disappointed. I'll say that, but he looked fine to me. I don't know if you guys saw anything different, but he looked fine to me. Oh, we have just my 2 cents in the chat. What is up, 2 cents? Osborne's such a. I don't want to say he's a bum, but I mean, going from Jerome Rivera to Manel Kape, I mean, there's not a bigger step up in competition. Ode and Lewis plus 925, 1 unit, make it rain. Yeah, I mean, maybe Lewis has a chance. He has a knockout chance there. Torres is a 50-50 fight. I agree. Kape came in huge too. He missed weight by half a baby. I like that. I've got a bet on him already. Yeah, if you have a bet on Kape already, I don't think the weight miss is something to really look at. And Cloud, Gone looked nervous in the face-off. A little bit. Somebody said Derek Lewis looked nervous. I think if anybody looked nervous, it was Gone, but I don't think anybody looked nervous, to be honest. It's taking Johnny Munoz, Gone, Fiziev parlay plus 120. I don't disagree with that. It's a tricky one. I don't know why, but I'd also like to take a slight edge with Kape. It's a different competition for Ode, competitive fight. Yeah, just the competition difference for me. Not betting Kape straight at minus 200. If it came down, I thought it was going to. I'd probably play him straight, but inside the distance is probably the way to go if you do like either fighter. Tajik got the goat. Got the goat. What's up, Tajik? Good fight. No bet from the goat. Thanks for hanging out, Tajik, as always. All right, so we shall get into the next fight. Before we do this, if you guys can hit the like, that'd be much, much appreciated. We have about 186 in here. Let's get those likes up. Always do appreciate that quite a bit. Again, I will be going live once more Saturday, 1 hour prior to the prelims, which is going to be prelims start at 6. I'll be going live at 5 Eastern, and then I will be posting my betting breakdown video tomorrow. It's already recorded, already out, and I'll be posting my bets on Twitter and Instagram, Twitter DFS_numbers, Instagram DFS by the numbers. I don't think I'll add anything. I don't plan on it because I already have a ton of action. But if I do, that's where you will see that. Okay. Next, we have Carolina Kovakovic going against Jessica Penne. And if you guys watch Stat Diggers, you'll know that I was very tempted in Carolina, like very, very tempted. But I can already see it now. I placed a bet on Carolina, and she gets taken down by Penne. And I'm sitting there yelling at the screen for her to get up, and she's stuck on her back. And I'm very angry and I'm very upset. And I just don't want to deal with that, to be honest, especially at where the line's at now. Minus 135. I think it's a very winnable fight. I think she stuffs the takedowns. But then again, it's a close fight. You can't trust either fighter. Both fighters have been looking awful as of late. Both fighters out of their prime. I think Carolina should win, but do I want to put my money on it? Not really. Like, I was kind of tempted on the decision prop as well. But they're only giving me plus 110. I was kind of, if it was like plus 150, I'd take a shot there, but no, thank you. So I'm going to stay away. I don't want to deal with it. I can see it now. Like, Penne either takes her back standing or she gets her down and Carolina just lays there for 5 minutes and loses a round or two. So don't want to deal with that. If you are betting on this fight, best of luck. I think Carolina's the side, but really, how can you trust her? And especially at minus 135 now, I'm going to pass. But if you absolutely want to bet it, maybe Carolina by decision. Plus 110, it's not horrible. And, as far as DraftKings goes, pretty much nothing. I mean, I have maybe 3% Carolina. I have maybe 5 or 6% Penne, something low like that. But, yeah, this is a fight that I'm not too interested in. Originally tempted to bet it, but there's just so many great spots on this card to not really want to get invested in betting Carolina Kovakovic. So the move for me is going to be pass. I don't hate anybody taking a shot on Carolina. I think that's the side, but I don't want to be stressed out. That's going to stress me out having a bet on that for sure. What's up with the thumbs down count? Yeah, it's one single guy doing it. I don't know why, but hopefully he stops soon. Did this fight get time warped from last week? It must have. Penne and Lewis all the way to the bank. Yeah, I don't know about that, Jack Attack. I don't know about that. I'm going the other way, but hey, it could happen. Dev likes KK quite a bit. Nice, fun little parlay. Penne is horrible. I think they're both not great, but yeah, I'm on KK as well. Under 2.5 in the Leonardo fight. Not terrible. I wouldn't do it personally. It is not Prediction Guru. No. It's not Prediction Guru. I'm not touching this, Dan. I agree. Probably not a great idea to touch it, to be honest. Tajik in the chat with the dono. What's up, Tajik? Thank you for the dono. The GOAT. A lot of body language experts in the chat. That's how it is. Thank you for your insights. GOAT appreciate that. Tajik, thank you so much for hanging out. Is it wise to attack the prelims and a 3-entry max? Yeah, especially this week. I think the prelims are phenomenal this week to target. Don't listen to this dumb troll. I don't want to call him dumb, but it's just somebody that doesn't like me, and it's understandable. But hopefully he does stop there. Not cool. All right, so we'll get to the next fight here. We have Alonzo Menifield, Ed Herman. Another fight where I do have 2 bets on it, and we have Alonzo Menifield as a -240 favorite, Ed Herman at +205. Ed Herman did not look great on the scales, to say the least, but what can you expect? The guy is up there. He's 40 years old, way past his prime. And in this fight, it's hard to trust Alonzo Menifield at -240, but I think it's a very good chance for him to get a knockout. He's going to have a massive athletic advantage, a massive speed advantage, a massive power advantage, a youth advantage, a strength advantage, tons of advantages outside of he has pretty bad cardio. So if this fight does get extended into that second round, it's going to be very, very sweaty. But me personally, I think Alonzo Menifield has a very good chance to finish this early. I think like 9 out of his 10 wins have came in that first round. In that one fight that did go to the second round, he was able to win it by knockout. So he's never won past that 1.5 round mark. He lost to OSP in that second round, and then he lost to Devin Clark by decision. So it's safe to say if this fight does go over 1.5 rounds, there's a very good chance that he probably doesn't win it. So what I did, instead of laying the -240 on Menifield, which I learned by now, probably not a great idea to bet Menifield at chalk. What I did was I bet the under 1.5 rounds at a +100. I have 1 unit on that. And then I also bet Menifield by round 1 knockout +225. I have a half a unit on that. I did see on FanDuel Sportsbook that they had Alonzo Menifield by first round knockout at like +240. So that's probably how he wins, right? Like I said, he has 1 win or 1 or 2 wins maybe outside of the first round. The majority of them coming in the first. I think he's going to have many opportunities to knock out Ed Herman, who is very slow, very old, and very hittable. So instead of laying the -240, I do think you probably play it like that instead. If you are on Herman, I don't know. How does Herman win? He wins by surviving that first round, getting this down to the mat, maybe a third round prop as well. I think I saw Herman at like +2,400 in the third round on FanDuel Sportsbook. But yeah, I think Alonzo Menifield is going to have many, many opportunities to find that first round knockout. So I will take Menifield by first round knockout on DraftKings. I do like him a lot. 9,200 first round upside. But if Ed Herman does survive the early storm, I do think he's very live for a finish himself. All right. Who didn't like you? I don't know, but it is one person. It is one person doing it, but hopefully he stops soon. Thumbs down is trending. Does look like it for sure. It's all good. I mean, it happens. If you hate me, you hate me. It's all good. I try to be nice to people. I'm going to start trying to be a lot more nicer to people as well. Just be nice. Just be nice. Ed Herman did look miserable on the scales. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Physical education, Herman, the gym teacher. Yeah, it sure did look like it. Menifield around 2 KO. Personally going around 1, but yeah, if it's round 2, it's probably very early as well. The person spamming leaving just like it's not Parlay King. It's not Parlay King. Never had a problem with them. It's not Prediction Guru. It's neither of them. I can 100% assure you that. Menifield's he's not subbing Herman, right? Like Herman's a black belt in BJJ. Unless he like hurts him very, very bad, I don't think he subs him. The guy spamming dislikes is someone who faded DFS in the past, lost all their money. It's not even that. It's not even that. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Ignore those who hate you, move on. Yeah, that's just what you got to do, man. I mean, again, I'm going to try to start being a lot nicer to people. I feel like I am nice to people, but am I unplugged? Okay, I'm back. There are times where people, say something in the comments and I, say something back or on Twitter or Instagram, but I just learned that, be nice to people. Be nice to people, because if you're not that person that you're not nice to, he may have 25 troll accounts and you'll get a bunch of dislikes. So it's all good. Yeah, I got a lot of support. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. I do want to say to the person that is disliking, please stop. But it's all right. All in all, they do go away. Like I'm going to have like 25 dislikes right now. If you are disliking from the same location, like he's doing, they will go away in the matter of like 3 or 4 hours. So it's all good. It happened to my prediction video on Monday. Happened on my Draftkings video on Tuesday on Pub Sports, and it did happen with my Draftkings video on Tuesday, and also my main event deep dive. I had like 25 dislikes, and they will all go away. So nothing to be worried about. I mean, see you guys. The haters are views. Yeah, they're giving me views, but yeah. Am I getting? Why is my mic going off? Why is my mic going off? All right, that's weird. Anyway, is there a reason why I hit download on the optimizer, nothing comes up, trying to put your exposures? Yeah, message me on Discord or Twitter. I'll help you out there, man. Basically, you probably have to like mess around with either the ownerships or you have to mess around with the projections a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to get too much into it. Anyone disliking DFS has to go through me, gangsta for life. There's nothing you can do about it, right? Like they're on a computer screen. Why don't you get his location and smash that chicken? Trust me, whoever it is far away. But but yeah. All right, so we'll get to our next. We will get to our next fight, and we have Drake Rodriguez going against Vince Morales. I do have 2 bets on this fight as well. It seems to be a trend, but multiple bets on these fights, and for very good reasons. So I did take the dog shot on Vince Morales, plus 105, 1 unit on it. I also did plus 105. I have a 1 unit bet on that as well. So 2 bets here on this fight. I think it does finish, and I do think Vince Morales has a very good chance of winning. I'm just not high on Drake Rodriguez. Like I've heard other breakdowns this week, like really talking up his striking. Like I just don't see it. I think Vince Morales has a significant advantage in the striking. What I'm worried about is if Draco is able to get this fight down to the mat, maybe he does find a submission. Rodriguez or Morales has been submitted twice, but Morales has a very, very good get-up game. So if this is on the feet, where I do expect it to be at, I think Morales is going to have multiple opportunities to find a knockout shot against Rodriguez, who his striking defense is very poor. And I think his chin's questionable as well. I mean, getting knocked out by Ayman Zahabi, like that's not a good look as well. I saw in another fight, I believe it was against Tony Gravely, where he just rushes in with his hands completely down to his waist and gets clocked by Tony Gravely. So I think Morales, hits like a truck. He has all of his wins outside of the UFC, I believe, were over by finish. And Rodriguez, he's a finisher as well. Let's take a look at these finish rates. And they're pretty high. Rodriguez has an 86% finish rate, and Morales has a 78% finish rate as well. And you see Rodriguez has been knocked down both of his losses. Morales has been finished in 3 of his 5 losses. I mean, just taking a look at those and how this fight's going to play out, I think there's a really good chance there's a finish. So at plus money, I'm willing to take that shot. But yeah, I think Morales does find that knockout. But if Rodriguez is able to get this fight down to the mat, I think a sub is, I want to say likely, but it could happen. A sub could happen. So the pick for me was Morales. I like him on DK. I'm not sure my exposure. I think I have like around 30% of each guy. A little bit more Morales because of the price, but I think if Draco wins, it's by finish. I think Morales wins, it's by finish as well. So 2 bets here, both at plus money. So hopefully they both cash, but at the very least, hopefully one of them cashes and get a little bit of profit there, but hopefully both of them cash there, and Vince Morales does get a knockout. Yes, sir. 100 likes. Let's get it. Let's get it. Morales 2 units. There you go. I'm on it for 1 unit. I like it. Hopefully I'm not getting hacked. That wouldn't be good. Must have messed with the wrong guy if my mic's getting hacked there for computer. That's not good. Brady Mob stepped up and adjusted. There we go. That's what you got to do. When one person, and I know it's one person because you can check, dislikes your video 25 times. I know I have, multiple supporters to back me up. I appreciate that, guys. LOL, you not from Stockton, foo. I'll meet you on March in. I don't know what you're talking about there. Whenever you mess with Mr. Arkansas, he exposes you. It's not Mr. Arkansas. I can assure you that. I know for sure it's not. Lewis's head is huge. Morales by KO. I like it. Draco's only been beyond the first round once in 9 fights. Okay, yeah. There you go. Morales takes him to deeper water, and that's kind of how I see it as well. That's how I kind of see it as well, because I do think Draco can slow down, and Morales does not slow down. If anything, he turns it up. Drake, I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know if he sleeps Morales. I think that's maybe, but that's why I do like that fight. Doesn't go to decision there. Fire, what's up, Fire? We're here. Appreciate that for hanging out. All right, so I say we shall move to. Yeah, hopefully my mic doesn't do that again. That wasn't cool. Devs on Darko. Did Brady pick against Mikkel? Are you talking about Andreas Mikulaitis? I don't think I've ever picked against him. Have I? I don't know. But I don't know. All right, so we shall get to the next fight here. We have Rafael Fiziev going against Bobby Green. So interestingly enough, Fiziev did open up at -145, currently -320. Bobby Green opened up at +125, and he is currently at +260. So I like Fiziev here. I don't like the -320. I think he wins. It's just as the fight goes on, he does seem to slow down. Bobby Green does not. If Bobby Green can take him down, I think he could pose some problems. But, Fiziev, 100% takedown defense. Of course, he's not fought somebody that can wrestle like Bobby Green. Bobby Green has at least 1 takedown in his last 8 fights. But I just see Fiziev, landing the much, much harder strikes. The strikes that the judges are really going to look at, and we're going to have a crowd full of fans, and you're still going to be able to hear these strikes. And this guy hits very hard. Bobby Green is very durable, though he's only been knocked out once by Dustin Poirier. And Green's last finished win was in 2012, 2013. It's been a while. So I didn't bet this, especially where the line's moving, because there has been some money coming in on it. But what I did like is going to be the fight goes to decision, or the over 2.5. I did not pull the trigger, especially where the line's at now, but I think it's a solid spot. I think the fight goes to decision is around -150, -160. I don't hate that. Outside of a Fiziev first round knockout, I do see this going the distance. I'll take Fiziev, not too high on him in DraftKings. He's not going to get takedowns, not going to get control time. Maybe he gets a first round finish, but even then, I just don't think it's likely to knock out Bobby Green. So I'll take Fiziev to win those first 2 rounds. Maybe the 3rd round's close, but I will pick Fiziev to get it done by decision, which is +130, which is a lot better than that -320 in my opinion. But I see a lot of people taking the dog shot on Bobby Green. Don't hate it. I do think the line's off personally, but I'm just going to stay away, sit back and watch it. Is Fiziev overrated? Maybe being a little bit overrated in this spot. 3rd round Green prop. Yeah, if he does finish, it may be in that 3rd round. Bobby Green all day. Fiziev is so overrated. Being a little bit overrated, I agree. There is no reason Green should be lined as badly as Grutzmacher was. I think Fizz wins, but that line makes as much sense as crapping at a swimming pool. There you go. Yeah, I agree. I think the line's off. Green posted on Instagram he's been fat and out of shape all year until 3 weeks ago. Okay. Being lazy scares me. Yeah, that's not good. We have, I think this is the guy that's been disliking my videos. I do not know what that says, but let's figure it out. But hey, seriously though, I do want to apologize. And if you could message me on Twitter, I did want to apologize to you. But yeah, I don't know what that says. Maybe somebody can type it in and find out. But yeah, I do want to apologize to you. It was a bad week last week, and the trolls were coming. I let go of my emotions, and again, I was going to try to start being nice to people, because you really don't know who's going to have 25 accounts. So again, Evaripus Karalamus, I'm sorry. I kind of misinterpreted what you were saying. Kind of looked at it wrong. I don't know if you really meant it that way. Maybe I took it the wrong way, but again, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna try to start being nice to people. Even when people are mean to me, you just got to be the bigger person at times. So Stop crying. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. All right. Appreciate that. But yeah, that's who's doing it. And I understand to an extent. I understand. Thank you, Z's. Thank you, God. I understand to an extent. But man, I don't know. I don't know, man. 25 accounts disliking. And first of all, the dislikes go away. But again, I do want to apologize. Again, I misinterpreted what you were saying, and I did no response there. So if you keep doing it, that's fine. That's fine. I probably deserve it, but yeah, not cool, dude. But thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out. All right. Yep. We write in English here. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty a dude that is across the world, man. Across the world. But at least I know that it's none of my competitors. That wouldn't be good. At least I know it's nobody like a guru or guys like that, because I never had a problem with them. But they really had never had a problem with anybody. But yeah. So I mean, it happens. Favorite pick on the whole card will be Johnny Munoz. DFS, you're way nicer than me. I'll be looking. I mean, there's no point. Like, it's not gonna happen, right? Like, not gonna happen. And I wouldn't do that anyway. Like, I don't know, but 25 accounts. I don't know. So what is the effect of dislike on videos? Well, the effect is it's engagement. So even like the dislikes, they're helping me. So I can't complain that much. But you don't like to see dislikes, right? Like, you don't like to see 25 dislikes as soon as you post it, right? So, but regardless, they do go away. Don't get rid of it. Yeah, me and him got into like a little bit of an exchange. Again, I had a ton of people come after me last week. I was kind of fired up and said some things. He said some things. But yeah. Brady, you got a problem? If PayPal, if you have a problem with me, you better make 25 accounts and get those dislikes up. But yeah, sitting there for 30 minutes disliking another man's video, I just don't get it. But yeah. Honestly, it's positive. Any engagement's positive. So honestly, I should be thanking him. So thank you. Are you still in the chat? Let me know. Are you still in the chat, dude? Again, I'm sorry. It happens. People say things. I mean, that's the world we live in. People say things, All right. Not that. Okay. But yeah, it's been every video this week. Like I wake up, 25 dislikes. I'm like, what's going on? And I did like 6 hours of research trying to figure out who hates me. And then I did some advanced analytics and I was able to find out, who it was. And I figured out why. And, I understand, but then again, I don't really understand. Oh, see what we got. Hey, Derek Lewis fan, maybe. It's all good, Brady. You got to talk to the 100%, Z. 100%. Why am I apologizing? Because I'm a nice guy. And I'm known for being a nice guy. That's why I'm apologizing. Got to be the bigger man. All right. We got another Greek comment. Can I get a translation? Maybe from a Z or a Wheezy? Hopefully it's something nice. If not, we will move on. All right. So quick translation. Yeah. I mean, I'm a nice guy, right? I'm going to apologize. I'm a nice guy, Dude, this is not cool. I'm gonna replug my mic in. It's the same thing. Okay, all good. All right, so that's fine. Okay, so next we will get to the next fight. We have Casey Kenny going against Song Yadong. Close fight. I'm gonna slightly lean with Kenny because of the takedown upside and control time upside, but it's a close fight. Like, I think Song's gonna be landing the harder shots. Kenny's gonna be coming with the volume. All in all, I kind of like this fight a little bit from a DK standpoint. Kenny's gonna have takedown upside, control time upside, tons of volume. Song maybe gets a knockout here. 8,200, 8,000. I think I went like pretty much down the middle with ownership. As far as a bet, I was kind of looking at that fight goes to decision, which was like minus 154 on FanDuel. Decided to pass there. So no bet here for me, but the pick will be Casey Kenny and Casey Kenny by decision. The dislikes are affecting the mic. It could be Song and Hill locks. I'm a locks, but all right. So we will get to the next fight here. We have Angela Hill going against Tecia Torres. I do have a bet on this fight, and for some reason, FanDuel Sportsbook put the fight goes to decision. They opened up at like minus 205 for some reason. I was able to get at minus 225 or minus 235, my bad. And I put 2.5 units on it. So it will be my biggest bet of the night. That and Johnny Munoz hopefully does come through. But yeah, I wish I got into that minus 205. I saw a lot of people that did. And, shout out to you for getting on that early line because that is just off. And a couple days later, they adjusted it to like minus 400. Fight goes the distance. And, I don't really see this fight finishing. I mean, we can take a look at it. Tecia Torres, 8% knockout rate, 8% submission rate. The knockout was like a cut stoppage in her last fight. So a 16% finish rate overall. Angela Hill at a 38% finish rate, 38% by knockout. I believe she had a cut stoppage against Ariana Carnelosi. Other than that, not many. She finished Hannah Cyphers, I believe. So, if there's a finish, like who's it going to be? I mean, Torres has one submission. I believe it was like one of the very first fights in her career, something like that. Angelo has been submitted twice. Both fighters never knocked out. I mean, outside like a cut stoppage or something, I mean, I think it goes to decision more often than not. So I saw a ton of value on that minus 235 fight goes to decision. And rightfully so, right? So as far as picking a winner, I'll go with Torres. I think she can mix in the takedowns, and if she does get the fight down to the mat, some control time as well. But really, I just want this fight to go to decision. I really don't care who wins, but I will pick Torres as far as a pick. As far as DK, not much interest from Torres. 8,700, way too expensive. Angela Hill, 7,500. Have a little bit of Hill because if she wins, probably a lot of volume. But then again, not a fight you want to be overly exposed to on DK. So the pick will be Torres, but not much interest in there for me. Got another Greek message from Jason Torres. Yeah, this guy has like 25 accounts, man. Torres by Omo. I hope not. Fair play. You got to stand your ground sometimes. Yeah, I think it does go to decision. See you all at the RotoWire Fight IQ pod in 12 minutes. Never heard of it. The judges will not give Hill a decision. Yeah, judges hate Hill for some reason. Rafael Fiziev will look like Barberena last week. Maybe. Kenny and Aldo fights both over 2.5 safe bet. I agree with that as well. I agree with that. But yeah, I need this fight to go the distance. These great way to bet this fight without trusting the judges. Good sniper rating. Yeah, I like it quite a bit. I probably should have went heavy on it, but we'll see what happens. I have Torres in all my bets. Oh my, good luck. If she loses, I lose all. Oh no. Night comes down to Torres. Best of luck to you, man. Over 2.5 minus 192 units. Are you talking about the Kenny Song fight? Yeah, I don't hate that. Don't hate that. Hill should stick to being an analyst. I don't know about that. All right, so we shall get to the next fight here, and we have a very interesting fight. I mean, this is probably the fight I'm looking forward to most on the entire card. I'm a huge Vicente Luque fan, as is most people are. Like all his fights are very, very exciting. You have Luque, who opened up minus 160, currently minus 110. Chiesa opened up plus 140, currently minus 110. I saw plus 116 on Chiesa. I was looking at potentially betting it. I did the Stat Digger show, and I went to bet it after Stat Diggers, and it went down to like plus 105, plus 100. So I did decide to stay away. It's a good fight. I think it's a great fight for Chiesa, but man, Luque is so dangerous in every single aspect. Like if this stays standing, Luque has a great chance to knock him out. If this hits the mat, Luque could submit him as well. So I did take a small shot on a prop here. I saw a prop that was extremely off. I mean, Luque to win by submission plus 1,400. I put a quarter unit on it. And I think it could happen. Like, honestly, like you take a look at, I talked about this on my prediction show, and you take a look at the striking numbers against Michael Chiesa, Neil Magny in a 25-minute fight, 12 strikes. Dos Anjos, 14 strikes in a 15-minute fight. Diego Sanchez, 7 strikes landed against him. Carlos Condit, 5. Anthony Pettis, 9. Those fights both went into the second round. Kevin Lee, 22. I mean, you take a look at it. Jim Miller, 7. He doesn't give many opportunities to be hit. So I think if Luque does win, it could be a possible submission, whether it's a club or sub, or whether maybe he catches them at something. Because Luque is, I believe, he's a black belt in BJJ, has a ton of submissions on his record. I think he has like 4 submissions in the UFC, something like that, maybe 4 or 5. So plus 1400, I thought that was off. And even like the Luque violence props in general, like KO for Luque plus 375, like that makes no sense. Like he's not going to win a decision against Chiesa. That's just not going to happen. So if you do like Luque, I'd bet inside the distance. I'd bet KO plus 375. I personally took the plus 1400 shot on Luque by sub. And if you do have FanDuel Sportsbook, they're also doing a odds boost. It's Chiesa wins by decision or submission, plus 160. Plus 160 odds boost. Like if you like Chiesa, I'd definitely hop on that. So I do like that quite a bit. All right, let's see what we have here. The chat is rolling here. No bet on Chiesa Luque and no bet on auto fight. Too volatile in terms of variables. Fair, yeah. I mean, the Luque fight, he's live for a finish, right? He's live for a finish. Hill is a way better fighter than I agree, Wheezy. I agree. RotoWow is Sunsu's pod. Oh, nice. Is it live on YouTube or is it behind a paywall? Trolls are out tonight. We have Payne. What's up, Payne? Salutations, Brady. Salutations, Payne. I have Luque inside the distance and Chiesa by unanimous. Yeah, there you go. That's how it goes. Chiesa is going to wrestle his tits off if Luque can catch him. That is his shot. Yeah, exactly. I think Chiesa is going to be winning most of this fight. Probably one of those fights where if he does lose, it's probably because he gets caught in something. Okay, so yeah, I have to block some people here. Trolls are out tonight. Yeah, trolls have been crazy lately. Okay, so we have the next fight, and it is the co-main event. A very good co-main event. Jose Aldo going against Pedro Munhoz. A fight I'm looking forward to, but a fight I do not have action on. It's a close fight. It's a very close fight. Do you favor, the power of Jose Aldo? Do you favor the 5-inch reach advantage of Jose Aldo? Or do you favor, the volume of Pedro Munhoz, the cardio of Pedro Munhoz? But with that said, with that volume, he gets hit so much. I mean, he averages like nearly 6 significant strikes absorbed per minute. He's just so hittable. So tough fight. I'm personally going to lean with the slight dog here in Munhoz to out volume Jose Aldo, but I think Aldo is very live. He's going to be landing the harder shots. He's going to be hitting Munhoz hard. But with that said, Munhoz has a steel chin, never been knocked out. Never been submitted as well. Jose Aldo has been knocked out 4 times, submitted once. I think if there's a finish in this fight, maybe comes from the Munoz side. The guy's just so durable. Like, it's hard to knock out Pedro Munhoz. So I did like the fight goes to decision, but man, it's going to be iffy. These guys are going to go to war. Decided to kind of stay off of it. From a DK standpoint, I think Munoz is an interesting dog at 7,600. Not going to go for takedowns, but maybe a finish upside. Tons of volume. Jose Aldo, maybe he can be the first one to finish Pedro Munhoz, but for me, I'll pick Munhoz, but no bet on this one for me. Auto by decision. Yeah, I can see it. I think it's going to be a close fight. It's going to be a very close fight. We have a dono here, the Ultimate Fried Chicken. Appreciate that, Ultimate. Thank you for the dono. Chiesa just lays on people not going to work against Luque. Yeah, I don't know. Just got off work. Are you concerned about Kape given his weight miss? I am not. If anything, I'm the opposite of concerned. I don't think it's a terrible weight miss there. Auto is decent over 3 rounds. I agree. Auto did look good on the skills. I agree. I'm not going to block you, PayPal. Don't worry. I'm not going to block you. So it's a tough fight to call, but what a good fight it is, right? What a good fight it is. Be wary. Auto does have a 7-inch reach advantage over many TX arms. For me, I have a 5-inch reach advantage I'm seeing, but if it is 7, yeah. Got to get the trolls out of here. Get the trolls out. Yeah, I know they feed off attention, man, but yeah, I know. Munoz by decision. That's kind of how I'm looking at it as well. Jimmy, I'm not going to answer that. All right, so main event time. Before we get into it, do want to shout out the sponsor one more time, Pub Sports Radio. Me and Uncle Weezy are going live Sunday for Stat Diggers, taking a very early look into the card that's in 2 weeks. Kelvin Gastelum, Jared Cannonier. Looking forward to that. I'm going to be spending tonight taping that fight and hopefully probably half the card tonight and then probably finish up the other half on Sunday. So I'm going to be like really ahead of the game. So I'm hoping to open up some props early because I will definitely be ready for them. And also going live on Tuesday, we have the new crew, the great panel of me, Uncle Weezy, Z, and Luke from Sparring with Reality. And then, of course, the guys are going live tomorrow, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, live betting, live commentary, all that good stuff. Always a fun time over there. But we have a great main event here, a very good main event. Ciryl Gane going against Derek Lewis. And, man, that pumped me up. That pumped me up. The ceremonial weigh-ins, Derek Lewis got right in his face. It's going to be a good fight, but I do have 2 bets on this fight. And the first one's going to be Ciryl Gane inside the distance, plus 100, 1 unit on it. I'll talk about why. And then also the fight ends in KO, minus 130, 1.5 units on it. I think the under 4.5 rounds is pretty good. I think the fight doesn't go to decision at minus 200 is pretty good. But yeah, I thought that was way off. Like minus 130 for the fight to end in a KO. I mean, Gane, he could sub him, but I think a knockout is definitely more likely there. So yeah, I like Gane here inside the distance. I mean, look into this way, all right? You're taking a minus 360, a minus 400 favorite, and you're turning him into a plus 100 even money shot there to win inside the distance. And I'll tell you why, because Derek Lewis has never lost by decision in the UFC. Like that's interesting there. And then he's also never been to a 5th round. He's been knocked out 4 times, submitted once. Ciryl Gane, not like some murderous power puncher, but he does throw a lot of volume. I think a finish will definitely open up, especially if Derek Lewis comes in here and, swings for the fences, which that's probably what Derek Lewis needs to do. He needs to go in there and swing for the fences against Ciryl Gane. He's not going to be able to, be technical against Ciryl Gane and win a 25-minute kickboxing match. It's just not going to happen. Derek Lewis needs to go out here and try to knock his head off. So fight ends in KO, covers both sides, covers Lewis. Fight doesn't go decision, covers both sides, covers Lewis, covers Gane. Under 4.5, covers both sides. So I do like those the best. But I also took the plus 100 shot on Ciryl Gane to win inside the distance. You're taking a heavyweight fighter, minus 360, minus 400, against a guy that's been knocked out multiple times, never seen a 5th round, never lost by decision in the UFC, and you're turning it into a plus 100. I'll really take that all day. I'll take that shot all day. Could Gane have a boring 5-round decision? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I do think Gane can finish here for sure. I just don't see this going 5 rounds pretty much, man. Are you planning on changing your DFS exposure for the main event? That's it. No, I went 50% Gane, and I think I went like 15, 20% Lewis. I'm not 100% in on it just in case Gane does, outpoint Lewis for 5 rounds. It's boring. But yeah. I don't understand how people expect it to sit. It's because of Gane's been to decision his last 2 fights. That's it. Honestly, I think it's great value. I mean, again, you're turning a minus 400 heavyweight favorite into plus 100. And to be honest, I asked Z on the podcast like what was the price on that Gane inside the distance? I didn't even look at it. I had no intention of betting this fight. I thought Gane inside the distance was going to be at like minus 150, minus 160. I didn't even check. And when I heard plus 105, plus 100, I was like, oh my, what? That's off. That is very off. That is very off. So I did take a shot on that for sure. Yeah, I like Gane here. I mean, Lewis, he's live. He's always live, right? He's always live for a knockout. But we got Conor McGregor in here. What's up, Conor? Shoot your mouth. Appreciate that. Conor hanging out. Who's the safer bet, Gane or Menifield? I wouldn't lay the minus 400 on Gane, to be honest. Same thing with Menifield. I wouldn't lay the minus 250 on Menifield. I think the inside the distance is probably a better way to look at it. I actually did not bet against you. I bet the fight doesn't go to decision. So you did win me some money, Mr. McGregor. I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think he's getting submitted either. I don't think so. I don't think Menifield wins. Same here. That's why I bet him to win by round 1 KO. Lots of violence. Yeah, lots of violence bets for sure. You could, but Derek Lewis, he's not gonna throw anything. I mean, if he can get that big shot, sure, but he's not gonna throw anything. So I'm not personally taking the fight as a decision. Scared of the minus 4.5 last minute finish as Derek Lewis, his last round stand for Houston. Yeah, fight as a decision is probably the best play on the fight. Think it's a decision, gone decision all day, man. No finish at all. It could happen. It could happen 3 times in a row. I just don't think it's Derek Lewis is going to let that happen. Do you think Gone is going to freeze up a little with being in the crowd in the first main event? I don't personally, but you never know. I don't know what he's thinking. Highest scoring potential for a loser. I think that Casey Kenny Song Yadong fight. I think the loser can score decent. Like if Casey Kenny goes to decision, he loses at that point. Tons of volume, takedowns as well. Probably that Kenny Song fight. All right, so I'll quickly go over my bets. Betting breakdown will be posted tomorrow. I have it scheduled for 6 o'clock. Probably shouldn't tell the person that's just like my videos that. But yeah, I have it scheduled for 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Tune in. I go over all of these bets. And you can also follow me on Twitter, DFS_numbers. Instagram, DFS by the numbers. I'll be posting my bets on there sometime tomorrow. I don't think I'll add anything. Like nothing really sticks out, but yeah, let's see here. So here's my bets. A ton of them. So sit back, relax. Vince Morales plus 105 1 unit. Johnny Munoz minus 225 2.5 units. So Johnny Munoz will be my biggest play on the card, as is Angela Hill, Tisha Torres. Fight goes the distance. 2.5 units minus 235. I need those to hit. And I also have Morales, Draco doesn't go to decision, plus 105, 1 unit. Menifield, Herman under 1.5 rounds, plus 100, 1 unit. Osborne, Kape, fight doesn't go to decision, plus 115, 1 unit. Vicente Luque wins by sub, plus 1,400, quarter unit. Gone wins inside the distance, plus 100, 1 unit. Lonzo Menifield wins by KO in round 1, plus 225, half a unit. Johnny Munoz, Jamie Simmons, fight doesn't go to decision, minus 128, 1.25 units. Gone Lewis ends in KO, minus 130, 1.5 units. Osborne, Kape wins inside the distance, plus 190, half a unit. Munoz wins inside the distance, plus 120, half a unit. And then Miles Johns to Santos under 2.5 rounds, plus 160, half a unit. Tons of action. Good luck. Hopefully you guys do well. If you guys can leave a like on the way out, to be much, much appreciated. And again, thanks for tuning in every Friday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. I will be going live tomorrow once again. 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, right before the prelim. So that's what it, guys. Peace out, Jack. Thanks for hanging out. I hope I caught him. I caught him minus 225. The line is adjusted for sure. Bill, I will be getting out the Draftkings invites very, very, very soon. Appreciate that, Jan. Good luck, guys. Thanks, Brady. Great job. Appreciate that. Love and peace, everyone. Good night. Thanks for all you do, Brady. Hey, no problem. Thank you for hanging out, and thanks for watching. Appreciate that. Payne, thanks for hanging out, and good luck on your bets. I saw them up there. I do like them. Shout out to Dev. Check my picks. I will check them out. What streams are you using tomorrow? I'm gonna be buying the fights, so that's not a question for me. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Melon. Thank you for hanging out. All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon, and good luck. Good luck with the troll. All good. It's all good. You'll get them. All right, guys. We'll see you. Tisha Max bet. Yeah, that is controversial, but I do think you get it. Shout out to Dust for hanging out. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. See you tomorrow. Good luck, and talk to you soon.